We've been traveling the world as digital nomads for almost a full year. We're working full-time, often 12 hours a day, building ventures and companies in tech and finance, and exploring the world, often the lesser-known places. We've just spent the last 2.5 months exploring almost all of Georgia, a country South Africans don't need a visa for and can stay up to 12 months visa-free. If you watched some of our previous videos, you know the struggles we have holding South African passports. Here is a playlist of all our Georgia adventures if you want to catch up. From the modern and cultural capital Tbilisi, to the mafia-ruled Kutaisi and abandoned Sakaltabo, to the fairy tale Borjomi town, and learning to ski for the first time ever and our first white Christmas in Godauri. Go check them out. But now it's time to go and visit one of our favorite countries in the world again, Turkey. Last time we visited, it was during summer, and it was only our second month as digital nomads. I've added the playlist up here of our summer Turkey adventures. We explored the idyllic and historic Mediterranean coastline in the south in Antalya, the famous Instagram pools in Pamukkale, and swam in the hot pool between ruins that Anthony gave to Cleopatra, and the most magical place on earth. No, not Disneyland, Cappadocia. Waking up very early for hot air balloon rides, ATV, freedom, and amazing food. So come along in this Turkish series and see if it still remains one of our top countries during winter and after visiting the very busy Istanbul. In this Turkish series, we'll also try and break into the famous fairy tale castles Burj Al Babas and show you the most affordable and best ski resort in Turkey. But first, Istanbul. Today we are flying to Turkey. We have a lot of ski stuff, so I'm literally going on the plane like an Eskimo. I'm wearing a pair of tights, a long sleeve shirt, then over that, a pair of sweatpants. Then I'm wearing my ski jacket. I can't move and it's so warm. We're at the airport on our way out of Georgia. It's the longest place we've been. We've been here for 2.5 months and it's so cool. Definitely want to come back in summer and go to Batumi and Kakheti. And the lounge is super nice. Snacks. Garrett's favorite lemonade. It's so good. Made it to Istanbul, made it through passport control. It's very hot from walking. We've been walking for the past 20 minutes in the airport just to get from the plane. And I'm wearing all my ski stuff. It's so hot. These are all baggage claims. And this is the one area. There's a whole nother one as big as this one. We landed and then probably drove for like 10 to 15 minutes from where we landed to the parking section. Jared went to go get some SIM cards. Last time we were here in Turkey, we couldn't get SIM cards because it was lockdowns. Apparently cell phone shops and SIM card shops, it's not an essential service, so we can't get a SIM card. So we had such a struggle with internet. It's ridiculously expensive again.
Or Vodafone.
Vodafone.
It's 5G.
Compared to Europe. This is actually the first airport I traveled to completely on my own. Spent a night layover here completely on my own. Long ago. There's cities and countries we've walked in and toured that we've been in for less than we've been in Istanbul, and we have never actually been outside the airport in Istanbul. So super excited to see Istanbul. I can't believe we've been in Istanbul for a total of 4 days in total and we've actually never gone out. Place is tiny, but it has a washing machine, it has a dishwasher. I hope it has warm water because the previous place we stayed in the last week, I don't know, I could never get out water. Anyway, and the people, once again, are so nice. We got here, the guy's been WhatsApping with us. He's super sweet, super nice. And he was like, you guys are probably hungry. So he brought us a whole bag with fresh, like, bread and stuff. And everything, it's like a really nice area. Like there's, well, it's Turkey. There's like a shop on every corner with everything you need. And it's like very community-like Jared said. Like, you can bring your milk bottle back and they refill it for you. A reminder that for every new subscriber year, we donate a meal or feed a stray animal. You can also buy more meals at www.buymeacoffee.com/kinfolktravels. This kitty cat has been following us. She knows we're going to the shop for food. She's so hungry. So for one day's takeaway coffee, you can give me a meal, hey? Yes? Lately, when we go to places, we don't do like a plenty of research on exactly like, you know, what we're gonna do, what's our plans, how we're moving around, and kind of get there. And then obviously, you know, like the main attractions. A quick overview to help you understand the layout of Istanbul so you aren't as lost as I was. First off, the airport. It's not very close to the city. It's about an hour drive to the city. Istanbul has quite an interesting layout with the European side and the Asian side and the old town. The old part of Istanbul is the main tourist area where you'll find all the things you'd likely want to see. Hagia Sophia, Blue Mosque, the Kabe Palace, Spice and Grand Bazaar, etc, etc. This area is also known as Sultanahmet, probably not how you pronounce it. And if you are here for a short time, it's a great area to stay in, but it's not the cheapest area. Also, if you want to sit and have coffee and cocktails on the Bosphorus, this is surprisingly not the area to do it. This area is known as the European side. It's not as touristy and it's much cheaper to stay here, especially in Bayoglu area, where we stayed. It also has a few great things to see like Istiklal Street, Galata Tower, and Skarakoy here has an amazing promenade area with old mansions, palaces, museums, and great restaurants that give you a stunning view of the Bosphorus. This is where you go for cocktails and tea on the Bosphorus. On another note, it's kind of so nice being back in a country that you've been in before, like a country that you really like Turkey is in like our top 3 countries. Like seeing like the similar food and the similar stuff in the shops that you used to like that you kind of forgotten about already. 70 rand for a chicken wrap, chicken wings that came with rice and bread. Got a salad with it. Didn't order salad. It's kind of so exciting to see again and like that you can eat it again. Super excited to start exploring. So it's our first actual day out in Istanbul. Jared is still feeling sick, but better. And I'm hungry. The first thing you have to have is a real Turkish breakfast. You'll find them everywhere, and I'll show you our favorites in upcoming videos. This never ends, does it?
This looks so good, thank you.
Real Turkish breakfast. Are you gonna try your spring roll thing? What is it?
Cheese.
Oh, that looks nice. I would like that.
It's nice. I think we tried the best thing first, probably should have.
Oh, it's good. The sauce is good. It's like syrup.
I think it is.
So much to do and see, and I've been trying to figure out the whole like how the city works and where what is, because it's quite confusing the more you go into it.
Like not flat, so
yeah.
Like you think you're going to be going downhill to the lake or the river, and then you're going uphill to it, which is really odd.
So much to see and do here, it's insane. And it's one of those places where you can kind of just walk and discover amazing things. So many restaurants and places when you Google them, and like there's just like it's very overwhelming when you try and find a place like I've been trying to for the last day. But today we maybe want to do a walking tour, so we came down to Old Town.
And all the territories of Ottoman Empire shared by the Allies. So at that time Istanbul occupied by British. 1,500 years, long time for a city as a capital. That's why there are many important historical and architectural buildings in the city. Now we are going to see these important highlights of the Istanbul.
Sultanahmet Square is filled with history and forms the base of Istanbul's creation. Please read up on this area and go on a walking tour to hear all about its amazing history.
500 years ago, how it was, so we can have some idea. We are here right now. It was built in front of Amun-Ra Temple in Karnak, in Egypt. So it became very famous, very popular. 3,500 years old, this Egyptian obelisk. It was not easy, 200 tons, one piece, okay? On the marble base, on the fourth facade, emperor depicted while he was watching the chariot race. Mama is food, there are many street dogs and cats everywhere you can see in Istanbul. So Mama is how it's working. You throw 1 lira, you turn it, Mama is coming down. Another 1 lira, you turn it, Su is coming. Su is water for the street dogs and cats. Okay? We have 3 holy mosques actually for the Muslims. The first one, Mescid-i Haram in the Mecca, in Saudi Arabia, in city Mecca. Kaaba is inside of these Mescid-i Haram. So Muslims, while they are praying, they have to face direction of Kaaba, Mescid-i Haram, Kaaba direction.
Have you ever been there?
Not yet. You've been there?
Yeah.
Okay, you are Hajj then.
Hagia Sophia was originally a cathedral named Church of Holy Wisdom in the year 537, and for 1,000 years it was the largest cathedral in the world. After the fall of Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire, it fell into the Ottoman Empire in 1453 and was converted to a mosque. In 1931, it was closed for 4 years and then reopened as a museum. And in 2020, it was turned into a mosque again. Come dressed with your knees and shoulders covered, and for women, you have to cover your hair as well.
They added the minarets on 4 corners, and on the top of the dome there was a cross. They removed the cross and they put Islamic symbol. Inside, on the wall, there were mosaics. In the Muslim period, it was under plaster. So that's why this plaster helped mosaics to stay well preserved actually. Archaeologists, they made excavation on the walls. They removed these plasters and they found the mosaics.
We just went to our first mosque ever. I think going to the Hagia Sophia mosque as your first mosque is incredible. In next week's video, we'll go explore Topkapi Palace. It is mind-blowing.
14 tons of gold they used for interior decoration. 36 tons of crystal they used for chandeliers. Topkapi more oriental style, Dolmabahce more western, more European style, but 2 of them a must to see.
You have to visit Basilica Cistern. This is an aqueduct where they stored the water. Unfortunately, it was under construction when we visited, so this is a smaller one that's actually now a restaurant, but when you're there, be sure to visit Basilica Cistern. How are you enjoying Istanbul so far?
Pretty awesome.
It is made of milk, orchid flower, and cinnamon on top of it. Ottoman drink during the cold winter days to make you warm.
Ooh, it's hot.
It's hot, yeah.
Burn your mouth now.
Oh wow.
It's good.
Nice.
Oh, she keeps stirring? It's so good. It's like milk tart in a cup.
Normally this one has got hot syrup. Syrup is sugar, but right now Turkish people prefer cold baklava. Instead of hot syrup, there is milk. We are going inside Spice Bazaar right now.
In South Africa, we get like these ones, which you know is just like sugar, and I don't like it. It tastes so fake. And then when you come to Turkey, you get the real ones, which are these ones. This is real Turkish delight. This is like amazing, and that is Nutella Turkish delight. It's so good. Like I can't describe it. It's just like so good. This one is like a this one is a pomegranate one. It's like tastes like a sweet and like a sour sweetie, like chewy sweetie. There's Nutella one, pistachio one, and a berry one. I'd say I like the Nutella one, but generally this I really like the pistachio one. This is so different. We've never had this one before. What is your impressions of Istanbul?
It's very lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's cool. I like it.
So many places to eat at.
Food.
And as you do in Turkey, you eat. We had a salt-baked fish for dinner. It was an experience. And it helps so the fish doesn't get overcooked. To me, it was like watching a show. And olive oil that they have balsamic and pomegranate juice. And it's amazing. It's like sweet and sour at the same time. It is so good.
It's very fresh.
Really?
It's nice.
Is it hard to eat?
Oh, fine.
Everything is so good and like mostly quite well priced. But the city is quite hard to navigate and the traffic is insane, but it's beautiful. There is a lot more things to see and do in Istanbul that I didn't get to in this video. But in next week's video, we'll celebrate my birthday with more food, go shopping in Istiklal Street, and visit Topkapi Palace, eat more, and eat more.